Welcome to Communication Engineering playlist. Here in this session, I'll be going to explain amplitude modulator, and in that I'll explain you square law modulator in this session. So in this session, I'll explain you how we can generate amplitude modulated signal by using square law modulator. So when we see a basic structure of square law modulator, it is consisting three different elements. One is adder. So first we will be adding modulating signal and carrier signal. After adder there is non-linear device, and in that non-linear device we use square law device. So this device is square device, which is non-linear device in this circuit. And then after that signal which we pass it through band pass filter, and after getting passed through band pass filter we will be having amplitude modulated signal. So square law modulator, that is having three major parts. First is adder, which is adding carrier signal and modulating signal. Then after we pass it through square law device, or one can say non-linear device. Then after we pass that signal through band pass filter and we will be having AM signal. So let us try to understand how this complete circuit is functioning. So if I say here my output voltage is V1, so after having signal passing through adder, it will be V1, which is addition of these two signal. So after adder, signal will be V1T, and that is CT, which carry signal, plus MT, that is modulating signal. Now here carrier signal is AC sine omega CT, and modulating signal, that is MT. So this is what V1, that will be after passing through adder. Now once this signal passes through non-linear device, our output signal will be V2T. So what will be that V2T, which will be passing through after non-linear device? So after passing through non-linear device, our signal, that will be V2T, and that signal will be small a into 1T plus small b into V1 square of T, where this A and B are constant. So non-linear device, that is having characteristic which will gives you output V2T, that will be A V1T plus B V1 square of T. So that will be output of non-linear device. Now let us elaborate this output, so it will gives little more idea. So this V2T, that is V1T is AC sin omega CT plus MT. So A into V1T, that is AC sin omega CT plus MT, plus B into V1 square. So plus B into V1 square, that is square of this. So that is AC sin omega CT plus MT and square of that. So this will be actual V2T. Now again let us simplify this. So this V2T, now that will be A into AC sine omega ct plus small a into mt plus this will be b into ac square sine square omega ct plus b into mt square plus twice times of b into ac sine omega ct into mt. So this is what the basic elaboration of this equation. Now see, I'll take those part which is what useful in amplitude modulation. So let us separate it. So I'm just writing that in order so that it will be more clear. So this is what I'm writing again in order. So first I will take this part. So that is A mt, then after this part that is plus b ac square sine square omega ct plus this part that is b m square t. Now if you see this part and this part, so that is, let us write it first, small a into ac sine omega ct plus this part that is small b into ac and then mt 2 small b ac into mt into sine omega ct. Now you see, we have already derived amplitude modulation equation, right? So in that amplitude modulation equation, these components are not there. So these are unuseful components. These are unuseful component. And if you see these components, so these are useful component. So this is what useful component and these are useless component. So what we do is we pass this V2 signal in band pass filter. So when you pass this signal through band pass filter, your output signal, that will be this only, this signal will not get allowed to pass it through this band pass filter. So we will be filtering this green color component and only our output, that will be these components. So after passing through band pass filter, our signal, if I say that is yt over here, so that will be yt is equals to this only. So that is a small a into ac sine omega ct plus 2b ac mt sine omega ct. See, this is what amplitude modulated signal. You will get it like, see, if I write that in that form as it is there in AM, so if I rearrange this by taking common this small a into AC sine omega ct, then it will be small a into 1 plus, this will be 2b divided by, this will be, see, AC, that is what common, so 2b by a, right, AC is getting common, that's why 2b by a into mt and that into sine omega ct. So this is, now I think you easily understand, this is what our AM signal. So see, when you have this signal and you just pass it through band pass filter, where band pass filter response is somewhat this, and in that response, this is what center frequency, which is fc, and if I say this is my half power beam width, then bandwidth, in that case here this will be the bandwidth as it is there in AM signal, and you will be finding this is what FM, in this direction FM, so we can, this is FC minus FM, and this point and this point, that will be FC plus FM. That is how its response is there. If I say this is what maximum power P, and this is P by 2, or in terms of voltage it will be V, and here in terms of voltage it will be V by root 2, then this will be the response of pass filter. So after passing through this signal through band pass filter, over here you'll finding only these components are there, and that is what amplitude modulated signal. So this is AM modulator by square low modulator. So this square low modulator, that consists basically 3 elements. One is adder, then after you pass it through non-linear device, that is square low device or square device, then after you pass it through band pass filter and will be having AM signal. This adder, that is giving V1 voltage, that is addition of these two, carrier signal plus modulating signal. So you can see V1 is carrier signal plus modulating signal. After passing through non-linear device, output is V2, that is small a V1t plus small b V1 square of t. And we have just placed this value over here in this and just separated all those terms. And out of those terms, there are few terms which is useless terms, and there are few terms which is useful terms. So what we are doing is, we pass this signal through band pass filter and we filter out useless terms. So you can see these are useless terms by this green color, unuseful terms, and these two terms, that is useful term which is there in AM signal, and that is what we are taking by passing through band pass filter. So that is how we can have AM modulated signal, amplitude modulated signal. So this is what about amplitude modulated signal by using square low modulator. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can suggest me all those videos which is required to place it here in communication engineering. If I have understanding based on your need, then definitely I will place videos to sort out all those queries which is there regarding communication engineering. Give your valuable feedbacks, give your valuable suggestions. Definitely I am considering all those suggestions which is been given by my dear students. I'll consider your suggestions, and accordingly I will prepare out all those things which is required here to complete communication engineering. Thank you so much for watching this video.